Hi, welcome to the Pursuit of Truth. Just a quick one. I can't believe I've had nearly a video every day of this week. I don't know if I've ever done that for the Pursuit of Truth before, or any YouTube videos. But yeah, here's one for Saturday, and it's about Alina's help letter, just to update. I got a reply from my local MP, Caroline Ansell, and yeah, it's quite good. I'm going to read it out to you. It answers about the letter that she sent to the Cabinet Office, so Rishi Sunak's office, because his email address, you can't send it to him unless you're a constituent, like a lot of these MPs. So as his position as Prime Minister, I had to fill out a form that it doesn't get sent, it doesn't work, it doesn't send the form out, and you're going to put 500 characters. So that's why I went through the MP to send to him. So she sent it to the Cabinet Office, and this is what she replied. Thank you very much for your emails. Unfortunately, despite chasing the department, I have still not received a response to the Department for Education to my inquiry raised on behalf of the 26th of April. Oh yeah, but I've already got a reply from them, so. I did also raise an inquiry at the Cabinet Office on the 26th of April and sent a chaser on the 29th of June. Please find below the update I received. Thank you for your email to the Cabinet Office on the 26th of April. This subject area does not fall within the responsibility of the Cabinet Office. I can therefore confirm that your correspondence has been transferred to the following department to prepare a response, as this issue falls within their remit, Department for Education. Any subsequent inquiry about the progress of your correspondence should be directed to this department. And then she goes on, she'd be happy to raise below the Department of Education to be included in the ongoing inquiry. Please be assured that I will continue to chase the department for a response, so that I will share a response as soon as I receive it. And then she goes on, as a former teacher, mother and member of the Education Select Committee, I am committed to ensuring that all children are given the support and skills to learn and achieve their full potential. I very much appreciate you taking the time to further share Alina's situation and your concerns regarding the SEND support system. There has been a wealth of work done on this on the Education Select Committee, and please be assured that I will continue to speak with the ministers on this important issue to urge further action to be taken. And then she goes on about, in March this year, the government published its Special Education Needs and Disabilities SEND and Alternative Provisions AP Improvement Plan. This package forms part of the government's significant investment into children and young people with SEND and in the AP, with investment increasing to be more than 50% compared with 2019-2020 to over 10 billion by 2023-2024. Where's all that money going? It's not going for Alina though. The plan sets out a clear roadmap to transform the SEND and AP systems and make it sustainable over the long term. Please find the SEND and Alternative Provision Green Paper attached, which I actually read through, and yeah, it looks like they acknowledge that the systems are painful and they're not really working. So I'm not the only one who's noticed this. I'm probably a bit late in the game because they've already come up with this green paper and they've already set out, and there's another on the government website, how they're going to implement it over 2023 to 2025. So it's probably a bit late for Alina in this few years. But will it really solve the problems of the delays? What really I need to ask her is if she can pass my request on to them to have every year have at least one SEND trained teacher for all these children, and 10,000 or whatever figure for those that have already been diagnosed at the beginning, so that it stops the delay, which is the big problem I find with the system currently. Is because of the delay, that means you're disadvantaging children even more than they're already classed as disabled and they're already failing and getting behind, and you want a system that doesn't improve that. So the system should be swift, should be instant. You know, if you've got a child that's already been diagnosed with autism, ADHD, Asperger's or disabled, then you don't need to go through 4 terms of analysing. Someone's already done that job for you, and all you need is to work out how much money and what needs to be done. Then she further goes on to, regarding further steps I can take, I'd be more than happy to raise a further inquiry on behalf of Alison Jeffries, the Director of Children's Service at East Sussex County Council. I'd be grateful if you could please provide some further details regarding where Alina is at the point. I feel that it may be helpful for me, That's a bit of a clunky sentence. I feel that it may be helpful for me, Chuckle Brothers, to raise the below with the local authority responsible for providing sport for young people who have EHC plan. Please do let me know if you'd like me to do so, which I have updated her on where we are with the nightmare of EHCP, which is in the last video if you haven't seen it, and that system not much better than the A&P and the graduated approach. I hope this green paper, I've read it, there's a lot of it, and the plan is looking at these three, the graduated process, the A&P and the HCP, because none of them are fit for purpose for SEN or disabled children. They're, time wasting and not successful. And the problem is, like I said, I did the feedback that they requested for SEND, the AOP. That it's not fit for purpose. What's the problem of what's the point of having a system if it's not going to fix the problem? Everyone says that Ellie needs one-to-one support, so you need to fund that. So if you're not going to do that, you're not fixing the problem, you're just band-aiding a large wound. It's not going to be successful. You're actually wasting that money because it's all going to fail. And then in 6 months, we're all going to be back in the same situation, saying the same things we said plus 6 months ago. It just reminds me of the same problem I had with the A&P. You speak, they listen, they acknowledge that you're speaking, but they actually don't do the thing that actually is required to fix it, which of course is linked to money. Because they would have to pay like 14,000 instead of 7,000. And so, well, why would they pay 14,000? But where's all this 10 billion pounds that's going into the system? If there's that much money, why are they cutting corners when they should be doing the best? For Alina, who's already lost out 1 year, but they don't seem concerned about that, the LA and the educational psychologist. They think, let the class teacher do it. 30 children, and like they said, 34% of them have SEN. I think there's 4 A&Ps, 2 EHCPs in the class already. Anyway, that was the update, so at least I've got that may be the best update so far of all the MPs. Obviously, I got one from Sir Keir Starmer's office. Of course, opposition parties will always offer you everything because they're not in power and they want to get in power, and then when they get in power, they're just the same as the ones that are in power. But at least Caroline Anso MP is, that was the best email I think I've read from her and from many of these MPs. At least it shows that she wants to do something. Obviously she's my MP, so she has to do something. It's like the others can sort of duck away with that, but she has to because she's my MP. But at least she is trying, and she does have the requirements, being on the Educational Select Committee and being a teacher herself. I've sent her the HCP and my amendments, hoping that she can do something with it to the LA to try and get them to actually see sense and do what the teachers, the school and the parents all want for Alina's benefit, is give her one-to-one support so she can get the education and safeguarding that she needs. Because otherwise it's their fault if anything happens or if her education is unsuccessful. The LA and the APO and the educational psychologist, because everyone else has told them what she needs, and they think that the class teacher can still do it with odd bits of one-to-one. Well, what's the point of going through this whole process then? And what's the point of have they not read these green papers and all these things about transforming SEND? Maybe I need to send them a copy of that. Anyway, that's the update. Take care, take it easy. God bless and peace.